In my business, and I think in business overall, I think we have a responsibility, and in fact a business imperative, to find balance and to get the best talent. And if you're going for the best talent, it seems a strange anomaly that if we've got 50% of the population being women, that we don't have 50% at least of the population being in business.
When we look at what our clients expect, when we look at how we drive a successful business, we just need a more diverse, inclusive workforce.
We need people who think differently, bring diversity in the broadest sense, and most notable of that, of course, and most obvious, is to have a balance of men and women.
I've worked for 14 different people, interestingly from 8 different countries. Not one of them was a woman. And that really makes me wonder, how much better would I be as a leader today if I'd benefited from working for a woman?
Whatever we've done, it's not been good enough, quick enough, and we have to do more.
If you have a small group of like-minded people, be they male or female, but in our case male, and they're making decisions under pressure, then they do fall into groupthink. You'll tend to come up with the most obvious answer, and the most obvious answer is often to get someone who looks like you to do that next piece of work. So having that more diverse leadership team causes us not to fall into that groupthink, and therefore have a more thoughtful debate around the answer, particularly when looking at people issues.
The biggest single barrier is culture. And for me, it's not a question of can women progress to the top of organisations, but rather, do they want to? And are we creating an environment that women would aspire to be a part of and want to play a leadership role within?
This isn't simply about placing people at the top of an organisation, it's about building a pipeline throughout the organisation so that all stages in life and career, people feel comfortable being in an organisation and feel it's somewhere they can contribute and want to contribute. Some organisations are maybe not set up particularly well for that.
As well as the most obvious factors like maternity leave policies, etc., what's more important are the subtleties. Actually, apart from the policy, what's actually happening on the ground?
Take small steps, take things that are manageable for you, but make sure that you've got your leadership fully committed to it. And I mean genuinely committed, not just saying they are, but actually feeling committed.
It's got to be led from the top. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that if I wasn't a believer in this and prepared to stand in front of it, it wouldn't get the same attention that it has. So being prepared to make it one of your personal priorities as a business leader is the first thing. The second thing is to recognize that that alone won't cause the change to happen, that you have to put some programmatic change in place to cause that to take place. And the third thing that I think is very important is create a network of business allies, have customers being part of your network, encouraging you and sharing experiences. So it's not just an internal view.
What we've done a lot of the time is use some of our high potential talent, particularly young female talent, to go out and talk to others in the universities, for example, to pull them into the organisation, but also for them in many cases to what we call reverse mentor the seniors. So you'll actually have a young in career person mentoring someone who's further on in their career about how they communicate and the sorts of things that resonate with younger people and with young women particularly.
Female graduates apply later in the year than male graduates. So a very simple change was to make sure we didn't rush to make offers to the first 1,000 people who applied because most of them were males.
When I announced a childcare centre that we have here in our headquarters location in Bedfont Lakes, I've got to say I've had more responses on email from not just from women or men who have got kids at the moment, from all throughout the organisation, because people recognising this is a key way of helping a significant number of people at a significant point in their career to manage that career in a better way.
We're very focused on creating a more agile way for people to work. That isn't just about gender, but clearly as female employees come up through the organisation, often they will benefit from agile working and creating the opportunity to work flexibly, work from home, work in different environments.
We've run sessions we call fishbowl sessions where we've had women, courageous women, in talking about what the issues are working at Cisco. And I think listen to that, listen to what people are genuinely saying.
Over the last 10 years, the proportion of females coming into our organisation has gone down. Now, whilst we're putting a big effort into that, one of the things I think we can do better with universities is understand, well, why is that? Why is it that fewer women are applying, because part of it is application? Why is it that fewer women are being recruited? And what can we do together to either both be clearer on what expectations are, and for us to understand better what exactly are the needs of those female graduates or school leavers looking at jobs?
I think there are issues, but I think there's also a real scope for proper information that helps companies and organisations to target their efforts much more specifically.
There's a wide body of research that says that men and women do have different skill profiles, and the biggest difference is that women score higher on the ethic of care. Care, in my experience, is one of the engines of employee engagement, and employee engagement in turn turns into customer service. So if we want our people to care about our customers, we need to care about our people.
If you get that mix, you'll have a better organisation, you'll have one which is more sustainable, one which represents the real talent in the country, and hopefully will help to drive the organisation to be more successful.